Welcome to the Real Deal of Hollywood. I'm your host, Warmizo. As our journey exploring unique life stories of successful people continue, we keep more and more amazing and unbelievable personalities who prove with their actions that nothing is impossible. Today, I'm very excited to introduce to you a very special guest, CEO, entrepreneur, investor, Mr. Kirill Arzhanikov. Hello, Kirill. Welcome
How are
to the
you?
show.
How are you? That's perfect pronunciation of my last name.
Thank you. Good.
I'm proud of you. Good. How are you?
So, I noticed that you came from Europe to America and you started your own business instead of getting a job. So, why did you make this decision?
Yeah, so actually, I'm from Russia, from St. Petersburg. I moved here about 19 years ago. I was young. I was a 12-year-old kid, came with my family. And actually, I did work in banking for 6 years while going to college here in California. But then I saw an opportunity to make money elsewhere, and I started slowly my side business in the car rental world. After I started making double my regular salary in the bank, I quit my day job and I just started doing car rental full time.
How do you come up with the idea of creating a car rental business?
It's a funny story. My first Russian-speaking friend that I met here, he actually wanted to drive a Jeep Wrangler. And I initially found the Jeep Wrangler on this platform called Turo, which is kind of like Airbnb for cars. And I rented the Jeep for him. We went to Vegas to celebrate his birthday, came back, and then I thought, whoa, this is a cool concept. You know, I want to do the same thing. Let me try. And so I just leased 2 cars for me and for my girlfriend at the time. And that's it. And they both got booked. I realized, wow, you know, this is a great opportunity to make money. This was about 6 years ago. And I leased 2 more. And then I got up to 8 cars in a matter of a few weeks. And then that's it. The process began to develop, and now I have, as of today, 127 cars in my fleet.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah.
How do you get your first car in the beginning?
I leased them, like I said. I just, again, just went to the dealership, and I picked up a car for me, for my girlfriend, and I, with, in the back of my mind, intention to rent them out, right? To share them through Turo, through this platform, right? And I figured if it didn't work out, you know, still I need a car, right?
Yeah,
I need a car, she needs a car, so they're useful. But if it works out, you know, this will be a great opportunity, right, to start making money.
So you just start having cars and get a rental to other people and making money to buy more cars?
Exactly. So I kept scaling, and then more opportunities came, you know. I was making cash flow. With that cash flow, I could use to put down payments on new cars, to buy some cars cash, whatever made sense, right? Whether it's leasing, financing, or buying cars outright.
Yeah.
I just started slowly reinvesting all of my income into this business to scale it.
Oh, what kinds of car do you buy when you want to rent for other people?
So initially it was just basic cars, right? It was like Kias, Hyundais, Honda, Toyota, all basic ones, right? First 8 cars were like that. Then I started getting some like Mustang convertibles. And then I figured, well, these cars are better suited for car rental world for my customers. You know, and then I just started acquiring Jeep Wranglers. Now I'm at a stage where I focus more on the luxury vehicle, like semi-exotics. I have like high-end BMW, M Performance cars, AMG, Mercedes, Ferraris, Maseratis, and those types of cars. You know, but now I'm geared more towards those vehicles. In the beginning, it was just basic cars.
Oh, what kind of car do you invest?
So like I said, all of them, my money just gets constantly reinvested, right? Just 2 days ago, I got the new Corvette C8, the top of the line, like convertible top. You know, it's called 3LT, I think. That's like the most expensive Corvette. That's an amazing car. My fastest car as well. So that's the latest one that I've purchased. I literally put $30,000 down payment, $1,500 a month is my financing payment, and the car should generate about $6,000 a month in revenue.
That's a lot.
So it's good.
Do you have any difficulties when you running your company?
Yeah, of course. Like car rental world is crazy. So cars get stolen. They get always get they break down. They get in accidents. So there's constantly headaches. Logistics wise, people just dump cars in locations where they're not supposed to. Then you have to go recover them, and it's just just a lot. It's just big logistical business. So there's a lot of different difficulties that come into play.
How do you solve the problem when other people like steal the car?
For car theft, the process is you give them 24 hours, right? You constantly message the guest to return the vehicle. If you know for sure their intention is to steal it and not just return it later, right? Some people just life happens. Sometimes you don't have time to return the car on time. After 24 hours, you can go to you send them a letter in the mail requesting for your car back. Go file a police report to the police station, and then the car is reported stolen. And at that point, it's police job to recover it.
Do you usually like find back the car?
Always. Like the longest I've had a car stolen is like 3 weeks, but it's always police always catches the bad guy. Luckily. There you go.
That's great.
Good job, police.
And also for 2020 pandemic, how did it influence your company?
That was probably the hardest time that I've ever had to face, especially during the shutdown periods. I think we had 2 of them, right, in March, and then again in June, I believe, right, of 2020. That time was extremely difficult because in America, people are very law-abiding. If there's a shutdown, people stay home. Nobody rents cars. So I had a problem with parking, right? Also, obviously, there's no revenue coming in. At that time, about 30% of my fleet was monthly rentals. So it's like people keep the car on a regular basis, right? So those people continued to make payments because that was their only car that they used, right? And so I had some type of income coming in. At the same time, banks allowed me to defer my car payments, so my expenses were drastically reduced. So I was able to kind of come out of it without too many issues, but that was one of those periods where I was nervous.
Pretty difficult.
I was nervous, yeah. Luckily, I always manage my money really well. Like I don't spend too much. Like I don't go to Vegas and party. Everything is very how should I say? I'm more financial than I'm an entrepreneurial person, right? So
Take good care of money.
Yeah. For example, I did stress test on my business, and if I had no income coming in, like there's economy completely shuts down, I can last 6 months without,
So that's pretty long.
Yeah, for businesses is insane. So that's because I save a lot, right? So a lot of cars are paid off now. There's no financing, and I'll be okay. So I can take a pretty big hit.
So for those people who want to enter the car rental business, do you have any advice for them?
I would suggest Turo. Turo is, I don't want to market them. It's not like I'm advertising, but they're a platform where you can at least get all the experience of dealing with customers, seeing how it all works out. In like a Turo is like a platform where it holds your hand, kind of, right, and guides you to the right direction. And then eventually, if you want to do it on your own without the platform, you can certainly do so. But the things to keep in mind, of course, is licenses. You have to have car rental license. Insurance, commercial insurance. You have to set all the processes in place. And marketing, of course, right? Yeah. You'll have to do your marketing, find clients for car rentals. So, but Turo is a good starting point, and then eventually you can, especially if you like cars, anybody can do it. Just got to put your mind into it and heart.
Do you have any other business?
No, this one corporation that I have that I do this through is like a conglomerate company. So there's a few other things, like a few properties that I own that I rent out to other people. It's also through that company. I'm trying to open up a dealership, but I've been my business in car rental has been growing so fast. I don't have enough time to. I've been renting office for a year and a half.
Yeah.
Wasting $1,000 a month that I leased specifically to open up a dealership, and I've been just spending money. The office is empty, it's not being utilized. But yeah, so I'm gonna set up a dealership. That's the next step, and just continue growing my business.
Do you also invest other business or something?
I have a lot of experience in equity investments, stock market primarily. I used to trade stocks for 10 years, and that's actually where I got capital that I used to jumpstart my business, to put down payments on all these cars and get everything going. But right now, I pulled all the money from stock market to reinvest in my own business. Is just much more profitable. And I do some crypto, some Bitcoin, Ethereum investments, just because I think those could be asset classes of the future, right? The crypto markets. Otherwise, nothing. It's kind of all the eggs in one basket right now. Just because I'm so confident. I like it because it's tangible, right? I have the ability to control I can see what I buy. I can see the cash flow. I understand how the whole financial model works. So for me, that's the best.
Did you buy any stock for the 2020 pause?
No stocks. Like I've dealt with stocks from 2011 till about 2020. From 2010 till about 2020, roughly, right? But now I'm not in old 401ks that I had back from my work banking days. I still just keep those, but otherwise, nothing in the stocks. Stocks is one of those markets, you have to be careful. If you have to be very careful, and nobody can guess the peak, right? Right now, everything is so overvalued. I wouldn't advise anybody to invest right now, right? But I don't see opportunity there, personally.
Do you ever think about creating a ship rental business?
Ship?
Yeah.
Like boats? Possibly. Boats, airplanes could all be in the future. First, my goal is to slowly go into more exotic vehicles, right? The more high-end the car is, the more profitable it is. So it's just like a norm. If you do a Kia Rio, you're gonna make less profit, right? Maybe like $200 in profit, $300 per car. If you go into Lamborghini Huracan, you can make $15,000 in profit each month. And so first I want to get into the exotic market, and then once I get the client base that can afford to have, rent boats, rent airplanes, possibly, it's whatever makes sense. It has to be a logical decision, and slowly build organically, the new phase, right?
How do you think about the future of the value of the cars? Will it be expensive or getting a little cheap?
That's a good question. So, I don't know if anybody knows, I very well know what's going on in the car market right now. My entire fleet went up in price dramatically in the last 2 or 3 months, since the middle of May, right? Because obviously of the COVID. The manufacturing plants cannot produce certain parts for vehicles, so there's shipment shortages. And so right now cars are selling way over MSRP. Before, 2 years ago, 1 year ago, you can walk into a dealership and haggle them for pricing, right? There's a MSRP on whatever car it is, Honda Accord, right? It's $25,000, you can get them down to $22,000. Now dealerships are charging $5,000-$10,000 over MSRP. The Corvette about 2 days ago, brand new Corvette, MSRP $91,000, I paid $115,000. And that dealership just said, no, we're going to charge $20,000 more than what the manufacturing wants, right? So it's crazy right now. And what everybody forecasts is that car prices are just going to keep going up. Mercedes-Benz, for example, next year will not be producing any V8 models. So those are going to go up in value dramatically. So actually, believe it or not, used cars could be a good investment in the next year or two, possibly.
Do you have any future goals?
Future goals, I don't have anything specific. I never have like a crazy goal in mind. What the kind of goal I did have, and it actually works out pretty well. I want to share. I don't know if anybody remembers Periscope. It was a platform where you can start a live stream and then people would like watch and comment, and you can kind of have that experience with the user. It was a social network 6 years ago, maybe. It was popular. I made a statement that by the time I'm 30, I'll be making $1 million a year. I just said it one time to an audience of maybe 100 people, right? And I never write my goals down or anything like that. I just said I'm gonna do that. And somehow, some way, I don't know how it happened. Like, I never set those benchmarks. I realized that goal for the time when I was 30 years old, right? Giving public statements about something you're going to accomplish really works well. So for me, at that time, I set a goal to double my earnings, my net income, every single year. And so far, I've been capable of doing that. That's actually why I started my business, is because I realized that I could not get enough promotions in my career fast enough to get that goal done. And so I had to start something. And it just kind of fell into place, So I would make public statements. Goal setting is important, but for me, it's just, I'm happy at what I do. As long as I keep growing, everything is okay. I'm happy with the way everything turns out so far.
In the last but not least question, what are your 3 tips of success?
3 tips of success. Work hard. Without that, if you're going to be sitting, thinking strategy in your brain, strategy is good. To have a proper intellectual mindset is important. But for me, I work 18 hours a day. Wow. I'm running around like a madman trying to get all these tasks completed, right? Set up a team. Obviously, in my day-to-day business is like insane how many work hours I put in. So work hard. Find the right people around you. You cannot do everything by yourself, so you have to, whether it's networking or having the right, colleagues, employees. Communication is very important, right? So people around you, and people in general, right? It's very important. And number 3, you wanted 3 tips, right?
Yeah.
Number 3, I think just love what you do. Just be passionate about it. Whatever it is, right? Because people can be successful, selling coins. I collect coins, that's why I mentioned coins. But literally anything you enjoy doing, you can make money doing it. So just do what you love.
Thank you so much for coming and sharing your amazing story. I learned a lot. So do our viewers.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.